both of them are farther ahead than where I thought they would be. What does that mean? I'll tell you that we're going to put them in a competitive situation. It's going to be about JJ McCarthy and what's best for his career.
In my video on Quentin Johnston, Fire the True Gamer requested if I can do JJ McCarthy's training camp battle with Sam Darnold. I'm not gonna lie, this one was a little bit more challenging to do because you're having reporters and aggregators completely split on JJ McCarthy. For instance, ML Football tweeted that a video compilation of Vikings rookie QB JJ McCarthy at camp has gone viral because he always throws to his first option. He's not going through his progression, staring down his first option every time and throwing it to them every time. He is a rookie and will work on all of this, but right now that would equal up to a lot of interceptions versus real NFL defenses. But then he would go on and delete this tweet. So I did some digging myself and I came to my own conclusion. Before we get to the content, this is our final week between College Football 25 giveaways. All you have to do to enter is follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. Links to those giveaways are in the description and pinned comment down below. Now that we got all that out of the way, break! Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? Before the NFL draft, I said that the Minnesota Vikings were quite possibly the most desirable spot to land if you happen to be a rookie QB. You see, the 2021 NFL draft was the last time we had an NFL draft where we had a multitude of quarterback talent that was projected to be successful. And to be honest, that was a pretty mid quarterback class, at least so far. We're counting on Trevor Lawrence to carry this draft class for the future. But the 2024 quarterback class had something that the 2021 quarterback class didn't get. And that's the fact that you had three very desirable situations as a quarterback. The Chicago Bears had Keenan Allen, DJ Moore, an up-and-coming defense that was built on the back of Montez Sweat and Jalen Johnson, and Caleb Williams gets to step in there on a rookie scale contract with some solid players to throw the football to. Even the number 2 overall pick, the Washington Commanders, have Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. They went out and got Austin Eckler. They beefed up their offensive line by poaching some players from the Dallas Cowboys. So Jaden Daniels should be more comfortable than, say, Mac Jones was in his rookie year. Drake May's situation wasn't that admirable at all whatsoever, and it's nothing against the New England Patriots, it's just the man doesn't really have anyone to throw the football to. But for all you know, Drake May might have a CJ Stroud-like effect on the New England Patriots, although you should never bank on any quarterback to have that type of effect on their team. But probably the quarterback that was drafted in the best situation of all, maybe even better than Caleb Williams, is JJ McCarthy. You see, over the summer, the Minnesota Vikings refused to pay Kirk Cousins $45 million a year annually, primarily because he was coming off of an Achilles tear, and secondarily because, well, it was time for them to move on with a brand new QB. Considering the fact that they had to pay Justin Jefferson to reset the wide receiver market, it makes a lot of sense why they would elect to do this. So in the summer, they decided to sign Sam Darnold to a 1-year, $10 million contract. And immediately, fans were like, "Oh my God, we went from Kirk Cousins to Sam Darnold, we're gonna lose. How the hell are we gonna be able to beat Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, Jared Goff and the Detroit Lions, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears?" Fans were memeing the Minnesota Vikings immediately. But personally, this is a story I've seen before. Anytime a team goes ahead and pays for an average backup to be their starter, you can bet on the fact that they're targeting a quarterback in the NFL draft. And sometimes it works out perfectly, like it did for the Minnesota Vikings. And sometimes it completely blows up in their face and fails miserably. I don't care what you say, Raiders fans, your original plan A was not to go into this season with Gardner Minshew as your starting QB. Although I personally think Gardner Minshew is criminally underrated and he could surprise a lot of people this year. But typically, whenever you have a high-end backup getting paid that type of money who is set to be your starting QB, it just means that you're trying to bring on a rookie QB along slowly. And that was the plan for the Minnesota Vikings. There's no question about it. Out of every quarterback in the NFL draft this year, the biggest boomer bust prospect in the first round was JJ McCarthy. And look, I'm not here to hate on JJ McCarthy. I'm just here to give you my analysis on him. See, on one hand, JJ McCarthy was applauded for being an excellent game manager at Michigan. He threw very accurate passes within tight coverage. He knew how to throw sidearm passes as well. He was a capable athlete that was capable of rushing for the first down if he had to. He was accurate with a great throwing motion, but the big question mark about McCarthy was the fact that he was on Michigan. I mean, he really didn't need to do much as the quarterback of Michigan, and it's really difficult to evaluate such a prospect. Whenever you have such great talent around you, is it the talent elevating you, or are you elevating the talent around you, or are you actually that good and you just don't really need to do that much? And JJ McCarthy isn't the first prospect that I've heard this about. Ironically, last year's best quarterback out of the NFL draft, CJ Stroud, had the same issue. I mean, CJ Stroud got to throw it to Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Emeka Egbuka, Marvin Harrison Jr. So a huge question was, would he be able to be successful throwing the football to Nico Collins, John Mechie, Robert Woods, and, well, Tank Dell? We found out our answer. So there was a similar question mark in regards to JJ McCarthy. The one thing JJ McCarthy has over Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels, though, is the fact that he doesn't need to start right away. I mean, if he beats Sam Darnold out for the starting job, then that is just something that's unexpected. He's going above and beyond at that point. And according to Kevin O'Connell, so far, it's looking pretty good.
From the talent level of JJ and Sam, from their initial introduction into our offenses at different times this offseason through training camp, both of them are farther ahead than where I thought they would be. What does that mean? I'll tell you that we're going to put them in a competitive situation and make sure we have the answer to the question of who gives us the best chance to win, but never at a personal detriment to JJ McCarthy, my decision-making, and for any other reason, for me or for anybody else, it's going to be about JJ McCarthy and what's best for his career.
When I first did my research on JJ McCarthy, this was the very first play I saw. The ever-reliable Dove Kleiman tweeting out that JJ McCarthy threw this interception, and he's reportedly been struggling in training camp, specifically against the team's starting defense. He has had ups and downs per head coach O'Connell. And to be honest, this was the only negative play I was able to really find of JJ McCarthy, because every other play I've seen on JJ McCarthy has been pinpoint accurate throws and his wide receivers making plays. And bear in mind, JJ McCarthy isn't getting any run with the first team. He's getting run with the second team. So it's not the fact that Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, and Justin Jefferson are making these incredible plays for him. He's getting it done with the second team, which in of itself is remarkable. I mean, if JJ McCarthy is this ahead already and he's accurate, bear in mind, Kevin O'Connell's offense is already very quarterback friendly. It's not like JJ McCarthy is going to the Chicago Bears and is teaming up with a defensive-minded head coach in Matt Eberflus, which in reality it means that Caleb Williams is primarily working with Shane Waldron, which I know some fans are on the fence with Shane Waldron, but I'm personally a big fan of him. Did you see what he did with Geno Smith on the Seattle Seahawks? But in the case of JJ McCarthy, he's teaming up with Kevin O'Connell. You guys saw what Kirk Cousins was able to do in Kevin O'Connell's offense. All you need to do is make the right read and throw with velocity and with accuracy. So look at this training camp footage in front of you. Does it look like this man can throw the football with anticipation, velocity, and precision? Does it look like there's zip on the ball? Does the ball look like a tight spiral? Is it consistently like this? Or am I showing you the same clip over and over and over and over again? Disclaimer, obviously it's training camp. Obviously we're all starving for football and the Hall of Fame game just happened and we're just itching for more football. I know Tyson Bagent wasn't enough, and I know Davis Mills wasn't enough, and we're so close to getting regular season football back, but I gotta admit, man, this is way further along than I expected JJ McCarthy to be. And even if it isn't, JJ McCarthy has the luxury of sitting behind Sam Darnold, learning Kevin O'Connell's offense, and then whenever he's ready, he gets to come out and throw the football to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson, while having Christian Darrisaw block his blind side. He gets to hand the football off to Aaron Jones, and he has a veteran QB that was once a high draft pick as his mentor. Look, man, JJ McCarthy doesn't have to get the starting job right away, but it does seem like it's trending in that way. But at a specific point in the season, you could expect him to start for the Minnesota Vikings, because Kevin O'Connell said himself that he's going to start the individual that gives them the best chance to win. And right now, I must admit, I'm a little shocked at JJ McCarthy's progress. Sam Darnold isn't going to finish the season as the Vikings starting QB. That's just not what's going to happen. It's not the the reason why he was brought in. He was brought in to be a placeholder and a mentor for JJ McCarthy. So at the end of the day, things are looking incredible for the Minnesota Vikings. They got Justin Jefferson on a contract extension before CeeDee Lamb and Brandon Ayuk and DJ Moore got their contract extensions. Obviously, he reset the wide receiver market, but the Vikings reset the clock at the quarterback position with a rookie scale contract, so that's going to work out wonderfully for them. I don't necessarily know if the Vikings can win their division, but I wouldn't be surprised if JJ McCarthy has a CJ Stroud-like rookie year. But at the end of the day, the Vikings have the luxury of sitting back and practicing patience with JJ McCarthy, which is even more exciting because they don't feel the pressure to thrust him in right away, and they're only going to play him once they feel like he's ready. For all you know, they could feel like he's ready by week 1. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys feel about this if you're a Vikings fan. Aside from that, we have training camp videos on Spencer Rattler and the Los Angeles Chargers. If there's anyone else that you want us to cover, let me know in the comment section down below. I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.